versus the world.
Wow, what a great bit that was to start this episode off like that, Wesley. Isn't that right?
Absolutely. That was our funniest episode yet.
And people who skipped our little Saga retrospective are just going to have no idea what we're talking about.
They missed out on some crazy commentary and some crazy gags in the last 3 minutes of that episode.
I feel like I'm damn Blackbeard right now, because we're just, this cherry pie is so good I could die.
That's a great way to put it.
Episode 11 is off to the races.
I couldn't agree more. Man, I'm excited to talk in our 11th episode, Jaya arc.
Wesley, this is actually, I feel like a podcast first for us, because I feel like I was much hotter on this arc than you were.
I was looking through our report card earlier today, and it seems like we are going to be doing a bit of a Travis Touchdown, Henry Cooldown style fight this arc, because our opinions don't necessarily align.
Yeah, I'm ready to glaze this arc to the high heavens as Oda's done it again, and you're like, you know what? Oda is not quite asleep at the wheel, but he's just okay. He's driving normally.
I think for our lovely episode, podcast followers or listeners, we'll have to think of like a fun name for our community. The versus the Worlders. The World Eaters, we could call them.
Yeah.
I think for our lovely World Eaters, in episode 10, they remember my critique of Alabasta Saga being it's consistently good, but less so consistently great or perfect. And I was kind of hoping that, like, with Alabasta arc ending at such a high, I was like, man, he's just going to use that energy and keep, move ahead to just being consistently great. And then the problem was that I think this arc is just back to being consistently good. Like, it's good, but it's not consistently great. It has high highs. But we'll definitely get into this more. I'm sorry I'm just kind of off to the races here. But I think my ultimate point of this arc, the reason why I'm not so hot on it, is because this arc, and I think you and I will agree that it has a lot of parallels to Logtown in its storytelling. And I think my biggest critique here is that I don't think the fan servicey moments of like showing big players and big world moving moments, I don't think that pays off or feels as nice in this arc. And I think the character writing is still good. Dare I say great at times. Dare I say perfect with the moment that we both picked for our favorite moments. But I don't know. I think in a lot of ways this just felt kind of like a Logtown Part 2, which I'm not necessarily opposed to, but I was just a little bit let down by, I think. I'm sorry for all those thoughts just right off the bat, but I'm just telling you how I feel, man.
Wesley the damn fool saying, yeah, this arc's not very good. It's just like Logtown. I'm ready to shoot you in the head, man. What's wrong with you?
Well, hear me out. I think we could both agree that Logtown was great. And part of that was, if I remember back to our, to what we were praising about it, it was so efficient for just being like literally 5 chapters. Here we have 19. So I feel like it's a little, this arc is definitely more wandering, which doesn't feel as nice as Logtown.
I think part of that, so for all my true dyed-in-the-wool podcast heads, I think they're going to remember that at the very end of Alabasta arc review, I was like, yeah, we're just going to do Jaya and Sky Island as one episode because people who say they're different arcs are stupid. And I still stand by that because I think a lot of your problems are coming from, I think this does not feel narratively satisfying on its own. But I kind of just wanted to split it up in the sense of, A, that's kind of like the community consensus is that these are different arcs, even though they're not.
Yep.
And B, I just think, I forgot what I was saying. But my grander point here is that I think a lot of your problems stem from, this is not really, I think, a narratively cohesive arc on its own, and it really does need Sky Island proper to like feel whole. Is my take.
I think that's very fair because genuinely I think all of my complaints would be completely different if we take, I mean, I don't know what the content of the next arc will be necessarily, but I have a feeling that a lot of these things that I didn't necessarily enjoy or have to critique about this arc are probably not present in like this arc and the next arc in full.
I'm also just a sucker for when Oda like zooms out and shows us the whole like the bigger picture, like what other characters are up to. Mm-hmm. And believe it or not, he's only gonna get better at that with time. Like this was like, I mean, this was just a taste. I'm gonna keep saying that. I'm gonna say that every damn episode. But this is just a taste.
That's fair.
I think not only did I thoroughly enjoy everything like with Jaya proper, like I liked the monkey characters. I liked them exploring at the bottom of the sea and like going to that little island of that fucking weirdo diver guy.
Yep.
And the monkey who does sound attacks. Like all of that was already like I was very much on board. And then we get to have like one of the greatest genuinely my favorite moment of One Piece so far. One of my top 10 favorite moments in One Piece proper, which is the dreams like never die clip thing. Like that entire interaction with Luffy meeting Blackbeard, pure peak, I'm afraid.
Absolutely.
I think them like just I mean that entire scene is perfect. No notes, straight up.
Yeah. I mean I have to agree that is like honestly One Piece's highest high. And it feels like the dare I say this feels to me like it might just be the emotional core of the entire story. Like, is that crazy to say?
I think you've hit the nail on the head, man. I mean, man, it's just so like, oh man. I mean, dude, it's tying back into chapter 1.
True.
With Shanks getting like alcohol poured on him and he's like, nah, this is not worth fighting over. Like, this is literally like Luffy's test. Like, to see how far he's come since he was a kid.
Absolutely. I mean, sorry to jump ahead a little bit too, but my arc MVP was Luffy, mainly because I just think that moment of him bringing that full circle moments ahead was just so good. It shows so much about his character and shows so much development that might even be in the background, which is cool.
I just had the mind-blowing realization that we are Luffy and Blackbeard in this arc, man. You're like, this arc's so bad I could die, and I'm like, this arc's so good I could die.
That's actually so true. I mean, I don't think it's that bad, man. I know I wrote a huge paragraph in my complaints, but like I think you and I talked about this quite a bit, both on the cast and off the cast, that like if something's not perfect, I feel like I have a lot more to say. And
true.
I feel like I even enjoy things that, I mean, potentially one of my favorite movies of all time in my top 10 is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which I think is a very flawed piece of art, but I love it truly and sincerely. And I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm head over heels for this arc, but I definitely don't think it's like trash. It's not trash tier.
No, dude. For content, we gotta just make you the angriest you've ever been.
Reese, I hate this arc. I actually have never disliked a manga series more. I couldn't stand this arc. And this is a taste of the rest.
Dump in my ear.
Yeah, if this is a taste of the rest of One Piece, I am not looking forward to it. I might actually quit the podcast.
All right, that's far. To quote Guardians of the Galaxy 3, like, hey, let's not get rushed. It mustn't be rushed.
True, I love that moment. You reeled me back in. But yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, let's dive a little bit deeper here, because I think this arc definitely has kind of like two or three, let's say like 3 sections. We've got like the beginning. Ocean exploration on Jaya.
I thought you were about to say it's got 3 sections: the beginning, the middle, and the end.
I wish I would have said that because that would have been very quick-witted and funny. So we got the ocean exploration, we've got the Jaya exploration, and then we've got the broader world exploration. And I think, Reese, don't kill me here. I think this is going to be our biggest point of disagreement. Because, and I think part of this too is because I don't know any of these characters. I found it very hard to care about this arc's world building section. I think
you don't like the monkey guys.
No, I like the monkey guys. I mean, when we see like the whole like meeting of the council with the warlords and stuff like that.
That is a reason for me to get mad at you. What the hell?
And I
thought you were like, oh, I don't like the monkey guys. I was like, okay, well, I disagree with you, but you're not liking that. Now I'm angry. Now I'm seething with rage.
Exactly. I mean, you knew I was gonna like the monkey guys. I think
that's why I was like, really? Like, really?
Exactly. I think my problem is that like, I don't think it's as... Okay, sorry. Let's go back to Logtown and why it's so good. I think we just get like one chapter where we see a lot of other stuff happening, including Shanks. And then we get stuff like Mr. Buggy, who's written throughout. And here we get Blackbeard, who's written throughout. But I feel like the way that it just jumps to, like, from the Jaya storyline to the council meeting and all that other stuff back to the Jaya arc just didn't really flow very well for me.
Interesting.
Which obviously, like, if you don't feel the same way, I think that's totally valid. But just for me personally, it did not flow as well as I would have like wanted it to.
I just don't agree at all, man. I thought it flowed spectacularly.
That's very fair. I mean,
maybe it's just because I have the bigger picture of One Piece, but like I'm a sucker for when we like this is like my favorite shit in One Piece is when we do this. This is like I'm eating ice cream and you're like, I could have used some more Brussels sprouts. Like,
fair enough, man. I mean, there are moments
I feel like I'm a 12-year-old and you're like, well, your birthday cake is mid, and I'm like, I'll kill you.
I'm sorry, man. I don't mean to be that cruel.
I'm just kidding. I'm playing.
There are definitely moments that I like, and I do appreciate getting this wider picture here. But I think part of it also is that, like, at the baseline, I do actually really like the Jaya story itself, and just getting that interrupted just to go back to it just felt very weird to me. And once again, I think if we were looking at this as a greater whole, I think what's so weird about this arc is that it does feel like it's its own story, but at the same time, it feels like it's not. And I think that contrast is part of why it's like throwing me off.
I think I see your point. Do you ever think the two monkey guys and the diver guy ever like went full Lighthouse? Like with Willem Dafoe?
I do think that, actually. We should make an episode about The Lighthouse, because I actually have a lot of thoughts about that movie. But I do.
I'm not afraid to hear them.
Let's just say our world eaters that soaked up episode 10 love that callback.
They love it.
They're not afraid to hear that callback, I should say.
I'm throwing my glasses off in anger because I'm not afraid to love this arc.
They'll say that he'll never stop loving this arc. They you can say that he's naked while recording this right now. But actually, you know what, that ties in because the Lighthouse has a moment where a lovely character is nude.
He wears a big Pearl costume. What if Pearl from One Piece was referenced in a high profile art film? What would you do?
I can see it now. Yorgos Lanthimos is like, he's writing his new deranged movie, and he's like, I like this Pearl character. I'm going to put him in my movie. And then
Ari Aster's Baratier.
Brother, if Ari Aster was the director of Netflix One Piece live action, let's just say, you and I would be recording this One Piece podcast about a completely different medium.
I'm just imagining, to tie in our favorite director, David Lynch's take on Pearl. He's like, there's never been a more fascinating character. I like his contrast between our human male heart's desire to appear strong and our inner weakness and anger and frustration at our weakness. I mean, and then to tie that in, I saw a tweet today where a lovely actress got her uterus removed, and David Lynch was like, "Can I please have it?" And then the actress was going to do it, and then her family was like, "No," so she just bought a pig uterus at the butcher and then sent it to him and said, "Yes, this is my uterus." And then he put it in a jar and kept it in his fridge forever. That's my David Lynch story.
Wow.
I wish that... Yes, that's all. That's all. You know, I'm not even gonna like double dip on this bit. That's all. That's all the bit you're getting.
Can I expand on this one bit further?
Of course.
You know, in Twin Peaks when Agent Cooper's like, damn good coffee and hot.
And hot.
That's a lot like when Blackbeard is like, damn good cherry pie and hot. And
I mean, dude, in episode 1, he's like the best cherry pie you'll ever eat.
Exactly, it ties in. I think, I guess my greatest point here is that maybe One Piece is a little bit more Lynchian than we're giving it credit. Tell me a few things that you like about Jaya arc. And I mean that sincerely.
Well,
like, what are some things that you like?
Talking just about this stuff that you don't like, I think getting to see Bucky again will always make me smile, and seeing him interact with Ace is like adorable. I like genuinely completely forgot this happened.
I think that was definitely my highlight of the greater world building. I did really enjoy that moment.
I like how Ace just does not give a fuck or like fear or respect him at all. He's just like fucking around.
True. It's just like Joker 2.
That's a callback.
Thanks, man.
I like how they are hyping up Whitebeard for all these arcs in a row. For some reason, who knows?
That's Lynchian how you're setting this up, and maybe it'll be paid off.
What if instead of Fire Fist Ace, he was Ace Fire Walk With Me? For my Lynch heads out there.
That was good. Good.
This is really random. Have you ever seen Deadpool 2?
I actually have not. I know about Deadpool 2. I have friends who have seen Deadpool 2.
The central like gimmick of Deadpool 2 is that like there's like this evil child mutant.
Okay.
And he gets fire powers and he goes, "My name's Ace. I should go by Fire Fist Ace." And I've always like wondered if that's supposed to be a One Piece reference.
Wow. I'd be willing to say yes, but I don't know. That is very interesting.
So specific.
Yeah. What if he was like, I have fire powers. You want to go on a walk with me? Fire walk with me?
Now, you know what? Now I'm back in.
Agreed.
But I think seeing the Gorosei here blew my damn mind. I forgot that they were introduced here. In fact, it was so cool to see more future warlords in lovely Don Quixote and Bartholomew Kuma.
I'm definitely excited to see more of them. They seem very interesting.
I mean, my art appreciation of the arc was maybe surprisingly that lovely like page, just because not only do I love the perspective work, and I just think it's like fantastic character designs. I just like the way like his like foot is like so forward in frame, and like the ship, like the way you see like the soldiers disappear in the background. I think it's lovely. I think Oda's just cooking with these two crazy good character designs out of nowhere.
They are very cool.
I think that's also such a fun moment. We get to see the Fleet Admiral. We get to see like Lafayette, who by the way like is a weird off-putting gentleman.
True.
We get to see Edward Newgate, Whitebeard, the strongest man in the world. My motherfucking man.
That is a funny tagline. Is
it not such a great moment in which like we're wondering about these dang Blackbeard pirates, and then Bellamy's like, "Yeah, I'll make you remember the Blackbeard pirates."
I do like that. Don't get me wrong.
And like even that ending moment of Blackbeard grabbing that one random jobber's face and ramming it to the ground, and then like we see his whole weird ass crew is peak.
True. Yeah. To be clear, I do really like Blackbeard in this arc. I thought that was very cool and very well done.
I also want to mention that there's a weird translation mistake in this arc. Mm-hmm. The sniper guy who we actually like meet like first, because remember he like snipes those birds, and like Usopp's that's an impossible snipe. They translate him as Van Ogre. His name is like Van Aug or Van Auger, because Aug is German for eye, like Auge.
Oh yeah.
His name is usually translated as like Aug or Auger, like sometimes with an R, sometimes not. So I don't know why they translated as Van Ogre, because that makes no sense.
That is bizarre and very funny.
I also
the One Piece translations are so weird.
They are very weird. But I like how he's got a guy on his crew named Jesus. I just think that's funny.
That is funny. I think those are all very fair things to like and appreciate about this arc, man.
I mean, We can agree to disagree on that. I think, it's whatever. But talking about more just like the actual content, the themes of the arc.
Yeah.
I would like to say my other favorite thing about Blackbeard is his obsession with like fate and destiny.
That is very interesting, yeah.
I think it's a fun contrast with Luffy, sort of more of a grit, determination, and willpower guy.
Mm-hmm. That is very interesting.
Like, I like when, at the very end of Jaya, when he, like, rockets away, like, running from Blackbeard, he's like, it must have been, like, fate that, like, this happened or something.
True. That is cool. I do appreciate the contrast between these two characters. It's very interesting. They feel very, they feel a lot like foils.
It's weird to see... Exactly. I mean, it's very weird to see Luffy go like, this food is gross.
True. It must be pretty gross. Or maybe it is the best cherry pie. Damn good cherry pie and hot.
Worth a stop.
True. But yeah, I agree. It's you mentioned in your report card that this is another Romance Dawn trio arc, which is that is true. I agree with that, but it is this does really feel like a Luffy arc specifically. In my eyes.
It's definitely like Luffy gets to shine. I mean, he was almost my arc MVP, man. Like, he gets to shine brightly.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't think there's
I laughed.
I agree, I laughed too. I don't necessarily think there's anything wrong with this being just a Luffy focused arc, but I do think there are some pitfalls with that being the case here or there.
That's fair.
But yeah, this is to your point, I do think this is a very funny arc as well.
I mean, I think specifically the gag of like Luffy's late to like the little knockup fountain because he's looking for a beetle is the funniest. Like, that genuinely made me laugh out loud. True.
There's a couple of page spread around that section where like Zoro confronts like a bunch of giant like praying mantises, and like Usopp finds like a weird bug and stuff like that. And I thought that was all great. That was another testament to Oda's great character writing, and it was very funny.
I love that moment where Nami and Sanji are like scared of the bugs, and Usopp's just like, "Oh, I love spiders."
Yes, that was awesome. But I don't know, man. I mean, if you don't mind me bringing up one more complaint, I feel bad being like a Debbie Downer, but one other complaint that I had was that I was really excited to see more Robin, and then I feel like she was barely in this arc.
That was the one thing I wanted to comment on, was like, that's definitely very, very fair, but that's definitely a symptom of splitting Jaya and Sky Island up, because she's going to be very focused on in Sky Island. Don't worry your pretty little head.
Yeah, I feel cautious to say, to like comment on a character not being used too much, because I feel like that happened a lot in Alabasta, where I was concerned that a character didn't have a time to shine, and then like that definitely worked itself out. But I feel like in here I was just disappointed because we're just hot off the presses of her, joining the team, and that we don't really see much of her. So I was just disappointed by that. But I'd assume that we're going to see some more.
You're completely like cooking, because like I thought it was weird how little she was in here too, just so we're clear.
Mm-hmm.
It was so strange that like that's such a great hook into the next arc, and then they just don't do anything with it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, for what it's worth, I'm already like, this is a pretty short and sweet arc. I'm pretty close to being done with things to say.
That's fair. I mean, it's I think, yeah, I don't know, man. I think that's very fair though. I don't know. I feel like there's just something missing. I feel like we say that from time to time, but I just feel like there's something missing for me.
That's very fair. That's very, very fair.
But I'd love to hear more of your thoughts, man.
I think the two things I want to comment on are, there's a couple. It was like, one, there was a popularity poll that happened.
Oh, yes. True.
And I don't want to be... We'll obviously talk about this more, but I think the thing that blew my mind was that, like, lovely Portgas D. Ace got an 8th, which kind of shocked me, considering he has, like, 2 pages of screen time.
True. That is very funny. I mean, he's a lovable guy already, but that also surprised me.
I mean, at least Shanks has, like, the tax of being here since chapter 1, and, like, Luffy's, like, mentor, goal guy.
True.
Like... I mean, hey, I love Ace. This is not me slandering Ace. It's just like he has not done any... Like, this is even before he was hanging out with Buggy. Like, he's just, like, not done anything.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, you motherfuckers like Ace more than anyone, like, now? Like, really?
I know. It is very funny.
Were you seeing how Mr. Prince was moving?
True.
I can't believe... It's really surreal to see Buggy down at number 20 below fucking Johnny, by the way. Johnny.
I know.
Considering how, like, he's, like, Tumblr sexy man McGee right now.
True. if they interviewed Tumblr Man, they'd have some different results.
Oh yeah, they would have some strong opinions.
True.
I mean, I'm sad to see that Usopp was the least popular Straw Hat again. That's tough.
That was very tough. I like how Oda is higher than like half the cast on this list. Just always funny to see. I'm glad to see some Chopper love. And actually, you know what? A character that did surprise me. I was surprised that Bon Clay got as much love as he did. I'm happy that they did, but
I'm shocked he was above Vivi.
I know, exactly. We're big Bon Clay heads on this podcast, so I'm glad to see that that love is shining through.
Oh yeah, I think there's the other two things I want to comment on really quickly. Were
Yes,
one, I think the Bellamy moment where Luffy just fucking one shots that guy is.
Oh, absolutely. I love that moment.
I mean, that's your favorite art moment.
Yes, the art is great, and I love that moment just generally as well.
I mean, I guess there's not too much to say about it, but like, I think it's a great little like mini arc of like ignoring that guy and letting him like do whatever he wants, and then the second he goes too far, he just like gets his entire skull caved in one shot, which is amazing.
True. I agree.
And it really sells how like, damn, Luffy's like kind of strong.
True.
And then lastly, I just want to say the little gag of it's not he, it's they.
I'm still not fully understanding what they meant by that, but I do absolutely love that the clip from the anime dub that's like just the way that Zoro and Luffy say it. It's not he, it's they. Oh, come on.
If it makes you feel better, this is another one of those mysteries where even me, guy who's caught up with One Piece right now, still doesn't know what the fuck that means.
I guess my one question, and if this is a spoiler, like, feel free to just ignore this, but is the implication that Zoro and Luffy knew that was Blackbeard?
I don't know. I would assume I don't know. I not really, but I don't know.
I like it.
I don't think they knew that was Blackbeard is what I'm saying. But I don't think that's what I was going for.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I hope one day this gets addressed, because I mean, especially, I forget the exact wording in the arc itself, but I feel like the arc, the official Shonen Jump app TM, the world's most popular manga, I feel like their translation is even weirder. That like I genuinely have no idea what they're trying to say with that moment. It's very funny, but
I have an idea, but I'm sort of wary to say what I think it is. But like I have a theory, but it's not been confirmed or anything.
Okay, I'd love to discuss it more when the time comes then, because that is
Oda just loves non-binary people.
I know. If that is the case, then like, you know what, good for him. I appreciate that.
But I mean, yeah, I think this is like a tight, fun arc. I like all the weird little characters we meet. I like the comedy gags. I like the character work. I love that little action scene of Luffy just dummying that guy. I love the greater world building stuff. I even love that one panel of Luffy just going, the sky, and pointing upwards.
That is a great moment. I agree.
I mean, I'm not going to say this arc is perfect. I feel like, I mean, I'm a little annoyed that it was a Romance Dawn arc, even though honestly, like, it was fun. I still think that opening quote that frames the whole arc is pointless and dumb.
True.
But man, I don't know, man. I think the entire People's Dreams Never Die sequence is just like Oda's best writing so far, and it blows me away, and it sticks with me.
Yeah. I understand, man. I feel the same way. It's wonderful.
I think this was fun because this got to be our first episode where we disagreed with each other.
I know. It's it pains me. I don't want to have a 1,000-year blood war with you.
I'm not afraid to have a 1,000-year blood war.
I get it. For a second, I was like, what a weird way to phrase that. And then I realized why he said that.
Maybe you should watch our previous episode of the podcast.
You know what, man? Call me Uryu the way that I'm going to take off my glasses and smash them into the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Because he has some glasses. He's not afraid. I'm not afraid.
I'm not afraid.
Well, buddy, this was our most Lynchian episode yet. Shall we give our arc ratings?
My arc rating is a lovely A-.
I gave this arc a solid B.
Hell yeah. Well, everyone, thank you for tuning in to episode 11 of this podcast.
Yes, please remember to comment what your favorite Lynchian moment was, and ring that bell for notifications when we upload next.